This is Ron Costa broadcasting live in the Mappable USA studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And folks, today we're going to talk about investing, but investing with a purpose. I think you're going to find this thing really, really interesting. We've got a great guest, but before we get into that, let's introduce Vicky Hutchmala from the World Token Market. Vicky, how are you doing today?
As always, Ron, I'm fabulous. Perfect day in Vegas, cooling down. It's fall, and today our podcast is going to be a little bit different in terms of investing. And we have a guest who's talking to us from Puerto Rico. So what could be better? Let's get started.
That sounds great. Yeah, we got to get this thing going. So folks, let's introduce Ivan Anz. Ivan is the founder of Philanthro Investors. Ivan, how are you doing over there today?
Very good. Everything is awesome in this enchanted island today. A little cloudy and with rain, a lot of rain this weekend, but enjoying the weather and, living the island life, which is I love, and the culture and the people, and being with you guys that you are in Vegas, which is another place I like a lot. So, yeah, thank you for having me in your show.
That's one thing about Vegas. I've been living in Vegas. We don't have too much water around here. We don't see the islands. There's not a lot of boating and things like that here. So
yeah, rain is a celebration.
I'm jealous about where you are, but yeah. So you've been in Puerto Rico for a while now, or I know you really love it there, huh?
Yes, I love it here, and I have a lot of friends and so on. It's beautiful, and I have my housing philanthropy investing company is located in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, and then I have the water philanthropy investing company, which is the manufacturer, facilities are in Texas, and then yeah, that's basically it, and we are growing and growing in helping families live in their own home while investors can grow their capital at the same time, and then changing family lives all over the place, and then cleaning water in the planet, on places that otherwise will never be clean.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing to focus on. But before we get into that, Ivan, a little bit, let's talk about you. Can you give us a little bit of background on yourself and how you kind of got into this whole thing?
Yes, of course. I was 7 years old, and I had my first business. So I became an entrepreneur at 7 with my go-kart. When I had go-karts, and I would lease my go-karts to kids in my neighbor and sell them candy.
I love it.
So that's how it started. And then, I continued doing companies and so on. But I hit a point in my life when I managed to understand the difference between a founder and the CEO, and I managed to understand that the difference between the visionary, which is the entrepreneur, and the CEO, which is the integrator and the guy that makes the vision a reality. So I was 25 years old, and I had already 4 CEOs working for 4 of my companies in my family office. And then I say, well, now what I need to do with my time, I need to start investing the money that I produce. And as I start investing the money I produce, I say, where I invest? Well, I need to invest in the markets. That's where the majority of people invest. And right. So I was behind the computer all day. So from being with my family and being with my employees and with my CEOs and running the companies and so on and the clients, I am behind the computer all day, and I am just behind the computer, just looking numbers go up and down in the computer, very sad, very depressed, just money for money. Yes, money for money sensation. That was.
Well, yeah, so what led you down the path to into philanthropy? Philanthropy is like a whole world unto its own, and why did you go into that as opposed to just sitting behind the computer watching your money go up and down in the stock market?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I felt like I was losing life on just being behind the computer. That I was not feeling like that is not life at all. And so, work is the major thing that we spend our time in our life. Like work takes 70% of our lives minimally. So
right.
if our work is being behind the computer, looking numbers go up and down, that means that 70% of our life went off being behind the computer, watching numbers go up and down. So I say, no. This is not like, I need to find a way where I invest, but at the same time, I feel life coming back to me. I am creating life. I am improving life. So one night, I was, after I had a story, but I was selling real estate lots. I started a private neighborhood development, and that was one of my companies. And I was selling lots and getting money, selling lots and getting money, selling lots and getting money. And also it felt like money for money. And then, because it's just selling a lot and getting the money, and it was not fulfilling for me. So what I say was, okay, I was looking for this, and I was asking God, like, give me an answer to this. And I am one day in my car, and a guy his name is Andres, was with me and all his family. And I am driving the car around the neighborhood and showing him the lots, and he says, Ivan, I love this place, but I cannot spend $50,000 in a lot right now. And this is down in Argentina, where I was born. So we're talking about 2009, and the kids in the back of the car, they start saying, Daddy, we want to live in this place. Daddy, we want to live in this place. Oh my gosh. And I say, okay, so how we do this? Okay, so the guy says, I asked the guy, Andres, can you pay half of the money and then I finance you the other half? No, I cannot, Ivan. Can you go to the bank and can you ask for a loan in the bank? No, Ivan, because I miss a credit card payment, one payment, and then I don't qualify. And so I say, okay, when you have the opportunity to do it, just get back to me and we will just do it. Okay, so we leave. Okay, so I am that night. I am in the shower, and I am taking a shower, and this idea comes to me while I am putting the shampoo in my head, and it comes and says, Philanthro Investors, invest with the purpose. And I say, what are you talking to me, God? What are you trying to say? Yes, Ivan, in 20, 30, 40 years from now, people will not be throwing money away just like that and betting that, like a lottery or whatever, like different industries that are in the gambling industry. And people will be more conscious, more responsible with their money, and they will invest it in places where the money can not only grow, but at the same time improve people's life, at the same time help others, at the same time improve the planet. And then I realized that he was sending me this idea, and this idea expanded in my mind. And next Friday morning, I call Andres and I say, Andres, I had an idea last night. Let me ask you something. How much you can pay per month to own this lot? And Andres says, why, Ivan? Just tell me. Well, maybe $300 a month. And I say, well, the lot is yours. What? How? Yes, you will come this Saturday. You will come to the lot with your family. It has a conditional point that I will tell you there. But you come, you will sign the land contract, and you will pay me $300 a month for 15 years. And the guy just on the other side of the phone, they were jumping and jumping and jumping, and he's telling to the kids, and the kids are jumping and jumping and jumping. And I am on the other side of the lot, on the other side of the phone. And then they come on Saturday together, they sign the document, and then I tell them the condition is that you need to plant a tree as a family in this lot together, and we will take pictures, and then also we will cut a green ribbon between two torches, and that's it. And when I see the green on their faces, like the happiness, I say, oh my gosh, this is something, like Philanthro Investors is something. And it was 2009. And then in 2000, and then I start continuing with talking with my wife on that concept. And then I do another one more for another people and so on. And what happens is that my wife tells me, Ivan, what about if this concept, we bring it to the U.S.? Because everything that happened in the U.S., the good and the bad, the world will copy. And right. Then I say, yes. And then I say, Bella, I don't think you're right, because in the U.S., everybody owns their home. 100% of the families own their home in the U.S. It's the country of the American dream. It's the number one country of the real estate industry in the world, number one real estate industry. Every family owns. It's the American dream country. What are you telling me?
Yeah.
and that's what I say. Yes, and that's what I say in 2009. And then I come in 2010 to a business real estate training in Scottsdale in Arizona. Then I start learning more about real estate in the U.S. Then in 2012, I come to another one and so on and like that. And then I learned that 51% of Americans do not qualify for a traditional mortgage. Mm-hmm. And then I say, Bella, you were right. So we need to research more and more and learn how to launch housing philanthropy investing in the U.S. So in 2014, I launched Equity and Help Inc. in Florida. I hired a CEO, and then I started growing that company. And in a nutshell, housing philanthropy investing from October 2014 with Equity and Help Inc. Launched, and then in 2018, we made it the first time in the Inc. 500. In position number 28, and then in the year in 2019 we made it in 500 position 83. So we are, in 2020 we made it again. So we are right now 3 years in a row in the Inc. 500. We have philanthropy investors in 14 countries from 14 countries that are supporting families in the U.S. to be able to live in their own home for $500 a month with a very small down payment, $1,000 down payment. So the whole concept from Andres from Argentina translated to the U.S., and that portfolio now is $46 million that is supported by philanthropy investors in 14 countries, and they are making 11% return a year while the families are living in their own homes and making payments toward principal every single month and only $500, $600 a month. But the philanthropy investor is actually passing like approximately 20 to 25% of the value of the home in equity, passing it to the family in day number one. And that's that's where the philanthropy is about. And the families walk into their home with 25% of equity right away.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Wow, Ivan, good thing you took a shower that one night so God could talk to you with the shampoo.
Yes, I agree with you, Vicky.
Yeah, that is amazing. But Ivan, if I understand this correctly, then this program that you have for real estate then is really just putting people in houses where they normally wouldn't be able to afford to get their own house. Now they have a house that they can live in and own, and you guys as Philanthro Investors are really kind of acting as the like a mortgage bank then, right? Would that be a good analogy?
If I am acting as what? I didn't hear the last part. Sorry.
Kind of like a mortgage banker or like a bank that's holding a mortgage, basically.
So Philanthro Investors is the umbrella company that holds the brand Philanthro Investors and make sure that the companies that use our brand are doing well and growing, and we also bring them Philanthro Investors to the company and so on. But equityandhelp.com is the company that is representing housing philanthropy investing, and is the company that is allowing the investors all over the world to become a bank, to become this philanthropic bank.
Yeah.
So they are the ones that do the financing, and because they are doing the financing themselves, they are doing seller financing, so there is not a mortgage involved. It's just a direct sale between the.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So it's direct
simplified.
seller financing. Yes, it's very simplified, in order to be able to help these families to live in $500 a month, because otherwise you need to start adding a lot of costs into the real estate process, and it doesn't happen that way.
Exactly. Yeah. And so does Philanthro Investors, do you only invest in homes for people, or are you in other industries as well?
Well, we are also in other industries as well. In 2019, guess what? I was in a very specific and special place. Where is that?
In the shower?
Yes, in the shower.
In your car? Oh, my God. Okay.
I was in the shower in 2019, and then, now housing philanthropy investing explodes, and we have 2 years in a row in the Inc. 500 and so on. And then I say, I am taking a shower. At this time, I'm not putting the shampoo. I am putting the soap in my hand and my legs.
Oh, you
got to mix it up a little bit. Right.
Exactly. And then God sends me another revelation and says, Ivan, the Philanthro Investor brand that I gave you in 2009, it was not just to help families live in their own homes. I even didn't tell you that. You created that. The Philanthro Investor brand is to connect investors with humanitarian causes so they can change people's lives, but also correct some things in the planet that needs to be shifted to a more positive direction. Like, for example, did you know that there is 6,000 kids dying every single day of water-related diseases? And did you know that we are wasting 1 billion tons of food every single year, but at the same time there is 1 billion people that is suffering from hunger? And did you know that there is only 8% of the population that is living in good air quality conditions when they are breathing good air quality? Only 8% of the planetary population. And did you know that in the last 50 years, the animal population has decreased 70%? And he goes on. And you know that there is 1 billion people that is illiterate in this planet. So he's sharing all of this, and I just fall in the floor, like almost literally.
Oh, it's shocking. What you just said is absolutely shocking. Absolutely.
Yes, it is. So you set out on a mission to save the planet and everything that's in it.
You are kind of right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a couple of those components, though. I mean, from a water, what do you guys do for you work at water purification system, or how do you tackle that problem? Because that's a huge problem globally.
Yes, totally. So on water, let me share with you this specific. You will understand it really well, because if you get to understand that 50 liters is about 50 liters or 50 gallons, like one of the two, I don't remember now, but 50 liters or 50 gallons of water is what we use, every single human being use of this planet. Every single day, 50 liters I think it is, or 52 liters. Between what you drink, between the shower, between anything, between what you cook, 52 liters per person per day. So at the same time, you've been doing this, right? Using the water, and it's giving you life. And then you go to the bathroom, and then you take a paper towel, and then you throw it in the toilet. And so that's how we treat water back. We take the 50 liters per day, and we just throw plastic to it. We just throw toilet. It's kind of, we have betrayed water during the history of humanity. We take it. Similar, like if I ask you, I don't know, like for example, give me your service, and then I don't pay you for your service. Like in this case, we are taking the water from the planet. Let's say that water is a human being that has life, which is kind of close. And then we, as human beings, we go and we betray that human being. So how water will feel, right? So it has been done historically since the humanity came to this planet. So what we set up in water philanthropy investing is a way to allow human beings to make up the damage with the water and say, okay, I use 52 liters this day, but I contribute with my hard work and my resources, which comes in the way of money, by investing in water philanthropy investing, which is backed up by Origin Clear, which is a company in the U.S. So it's a company that's representing water philanthropy investing. So you invest, and then Origin Clear will be going through the different places in the world and improving water condition, water quality in everywhere where the water is located, like the water that is drinkable, like lakes, lagoons, ponds, pipes, pools, all of the places where the water that is drinkable is located. Origin Clear has a technology to go and improve the water condition and that, for that area. Yeah. So it allows you to say, okay, if I use 52 liters, I am investing in water philanthropy investing, and I am improving 100 liters a day, but I am using 52. So imagine if every single human being in the planet is doing the same. Now the company Origin Clear has set up a whole blockchain technology to allow anybody in the world to invest in our, our H2O coin, which is almost to be launched in the blockchain, which is the only water coin in the blockchain in the world. So a lady in Korea can help to improve a pond or a lagoon that has very dirty water in Alabama or in California. And the same, it's a worldwide movement of water philanthropy investing with Origin Clear as the company and our CEO, Mr. Rick Zuckerberry, doing an amazing job.
And you do this through the blockchain and issuing tokens?
Exactly. We
wow,
do that.
That's incredible.
Yes. So that is something that is coming up we've been working hard. Rick has been working hard in the last 4 years or so in development of this blockchain. And now we're almost there launching. I will say January, we should be up and running. And you should see, the H2O, which is a trademark and patent for Origin Clear, H2O token, and that's the strategy. And at the same time, diversifying this technology and putting this technology to work it's decentralized at the point of use. So imagine a world where we don't depend more on the government structures for water, because the government structures are not, sufficient. The government has a budget for, I think, 40 or 50 billion for the next 10 years for water infrastructure just in the U.S. And really what is needed is 200 or 300 billion in order to, so the government cannot make it alone. So we need to help as a humanity as a whole,
Wow.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here with blockchain. We're big blockchain fans, and when we first started this podcast, talk about Philanthro Investors and everything that you're doing there, real estate, water, air. I never thought this would actually go to blockchain discussion, but I'm very happy about that because it shows everybody's on the right track and you're being tech forward on this stuff. It's really impressive what you're doing there. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing with? You mentioned the air quality and that as well. Are you working on that too?
Well, the next one that we're working, that we're also launching in January, is what I call environment philanthropy investing. And environment philanthropy investing also has a blockchain factor to it. We have a company which is based in Dubai. My CEO, Mr. Eric Schaffner, is from France originally. Amazing technology. The company is called Zloop. And what we have is, imagine the same, we are eating the fishes, right? We are eating the fishes from the ocean. We are eating the fishes. I don't know how many fishes a day, but, we're eating the fishes. And at the same time, we are saying, hey, fishes, here it is, 8 million tons of plastic every single year to your home, which is the ocean.
Yep. Yeah. And
how is that?
It certainly adds up.
And so what are you doing about it, Ivan?
Okay, so what we're doing about it is Zloop is an application that you can download right now in your iPhone, in your phone, in any Android or Apple, and then you can download it, and you can start. Imagine like this. Imagine that we have our own blockchain, and we have in the blockchain, in the Zloop blockchain, we have the eco token. And this, imagine that now you go with your family, wherever you are, and then you find the cans, right, where the waste goes. So you find these cans, and then you create the Zloop deposit point in that can. So now you created the deposit point, and now you will take a picture. We will send you a QR code. You will put it in that can because it's in your area. Because the 8 million tons of plastic to the oceans is the problem. The only problem is consciousness and education of the humanity. That's the only way to solve it. Then motivating the humanity enough to do it. So, and the majority of humanity is motivated because of money. So if you give money to the humanity, they will be kind of motivated. So if we have the technology there where you have a can in your neighbor, and then you take a picture and we send you a QR code, and then you put that QR code in the can. Now everybody in that community can go and throw the plastic in that can, and they throw the plastic in that can, and they take a picture. So if you go with 10 bottles, 10 pieces of plastic, not necessarily bottles, but 10 pieces of plastic, you will get $2.5 of the eco token that then you can exchange in the future for Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. And then you go to dollars or you do whatever you want. But listen to this, because then we report in our app, in the app, you can go in there, and it creates a community of what we call Zloopians. And you become a Zloopian, and then you are inviting friends and other Zloopians, and then we give you rewards for the Zloopians that you bring, that are collecting, and it creates a whole game that is not just a game on the screen and getting tokens because you're playing on the screen and getting your kids in the front of a screen and playing more games to get more tokens. No, this is real life. Your kids can go, they can collect plastic from the nature and then put it into cans, and then they get tokens. And then the companies, we just closed a deal with Danone, a big deal in Europe. So the companies in the area know that there is plastic there. They come, they collect it, and then they use it for what their manufacturer needs are.
Wow, that's awesome. Genius, Ivan. That's absolutely genius, because you've already got the kids into the concept of using an app or what have you, but you're turning it around into something positive and something good, and teaching them. Oh God, I'm so impressed.
Yes. So that's a Zloop. So we have Equity and Help Inc. for housing philanthropy investing, for investors that are non-accredited investors is fine, because they are it's not a security. They are investing directly in their own real estate, and they are making the key decisions. They are the CEO of their own portfolio. Then we have Equity and Help Ventures. So the Equity and Help Inc. investor needs to invest a minimum of $135,000 and buy 3 houses. Then we have 3 houses for $45,000 each, which are but have $100,000 or $90,000 after repair value, like market value, and each of them. So they are buying with $135,000. They are buying $240 each in worth of ARV. Then we have Equity Help Ventures, which is a security, and it is for institutional investors with a minimum of $5 million for investors that wants to help 100 families minimum to live in their own homes. Then we have Water Philanthro Investing with OriginClear.com, which is a minimum of $100,000 to support it through a PPM, a private placement memorandum. And they have a bunch of benefits that are, anyone that wants to learn more, they can come to pi.today, which is the short website for philanthroinvestors.com. And they will get with our VP of expansion, which is Ms. Bendy Rios, and she will get them very deeply on all these different programs. And then we have with Zloop, which is a minimum of $50,000, and it's also through investment directly into the company to support the growth of this network and so on. That's how a philanthro investor can create a philanthropy investing portfolio, saying, okay, I do 135,000 in housing, I do 100,000 in water, and I do 50,000 in environment, and now I'm creating a philanthropy investing portfolio. So that's basically the whole vision. And then we will be adding more. Education philanthropy investing is coming next. Air philanthropy investing is coming after. Arts philanthropy investing is coming to support artists that only 10% of artists in the world can make a career, but these artists are the ones that are creating for the world the things that the other part of the humanity that are not artists enjoy, like the music and the paints and the Netflix of the world and the movies and so on, right?
Wow. Yeah. Very, very nice. Ivan, how do you market to get investors to participate with you?
Well, mostly goes friends to friends and friends to friends and philanthropy investors to other philanthropy investors. And we have something that we call Philanthro Investors Ambassadors, who they are in 16 countries of the world. And they bring us their friends. And we have an ambassador fee for them, introducing them to us, to their relations and so on. And then we do linking, and we do social media, and I speak in podcasts, and I participate in some masterminds, and I speak in events. So, it's a multiple channels that we have, but the number one channel is friends of friends of friends, and then the Philanthro Investors Ambassadors. That is cool because we reward them for their relations, and if they don't have the money to Philanthro Invest, they can make money because they are indirectly philanthropy investing, because they are bringing their friends. So it creates a win-win scenario for them. They feel good because they are helping the planet also, right?
Oh,
that's right.
Great.
They do it through referrals to you then in that situation. So that's a great
affiliate. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ivan, I think that we could solve all the problems in the world as long as you keep taking showers.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
What a difference. You have these great stories, all these epiphanies come to you during the shower. Usually when I take a shower, it's like, where should I go to dinner tonight? That's my decision. But you took it to another level. My God, what a great story today. Yeah.
No, because when you go to shower, when you go to shower, you just need to ask this question: how I can make the world a better place? And just ask that question every shower you take, and you will see that he sends you answers.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think I need your shower and your shampoo, Ivan.
So Ivan, what we're going to do is we're going to have links on the show notes for anyone listening to this podcast right now. They'll be able to click to go to those websites that you mentioned before and those different philanthro investor types. But if somebody wants to talk to you directly or get in touch with you for more information, or maybe they have questions or they want to become a philanthro investor somehow, what's the best way to reach you? Is a phone number, email, or should they just stick with the websites, or what?
Yeah, so they should go to pi.today and complete the form there, contact us or learn more, and then they will get straight to Ms. Bendy Rios, who is our VP of Expansion for Philanthro Investors. And they will be able to learn more and more. And then what else? If they want to learn more about me personally, they should go to ivananz.com, and everything about me is even there, even my wife and my dog and everything is there.
Yeah, the whole family is there. I have really one quick question before we close this out. From a real estate perspective, is your program Philanthro Investors available to real estate all across, let's say, the United States, or is it just in Florida, or where you're working at, or how does that work?
Okay, housing philanthropy investing is available in 32 states right now. So we have 32 states across the U.S. I am working a program to take it internationally and help families in Mexico and Canada and in Africa, every single country in the world. But for now, it's just the U.S. So the second phase, I will say that the international phase for housing philanthropy investor will come in around October 2024. So based on the strategy that I need to create and so on. So but for now, any philanthropy investor in anywhere in the world, they can help families in 32 states.
Are you in Nevada, the state that myself and Vicky are in?
Yeah, we want to buy a house too.
Okay. So we don't have mostly the 32 states. mostly the 32 states that we have done it are, particularly I need to check with my team because this has grown so much that I don't know exactly. I know it was 32 states up to 3 months ago when I see the last report, but they are adding states, and I don't remember seeing Nevada specifically. But mostly it's from the mid east to the east, like from the middle of the country to the east. That's 32 states.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
And expanding out.
You'll have to come out to Vegas one of these days soon and get because we work also in Opportunity Zone. So this seems like a really good program that would be flourishing on Opportunity Zone as well. I don't know if you ever gave any thought about that, but it sounds like that would really mesh well with Philanthro Investors. So something to consider if you're not doing it already. Yeah.
Yeah, but, we are not doing it, and it's for sure something to consider. Yes, you're totally right.
Yeah. Yep. So, but anyway, boy, I'll tell you, if you want to, everybody wants to invest, everybody wants to make money, but you're providing a vehicle that is socially great for this kind of thing, and you're making an impact. I love what you're doing. From growing this to basically nothing, an idea in the shower to where you are right now, very, very impressive. I am just like fooled on what we talked about today. Very, very happy that you took the time out to be on our podcast and speak to our audience. Thank you so much. I mean, Ivan, this is a great podcast. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Ron, and thank you, Ricky. I am really grateful for being here with you also.
Yeah, and Vicky, I mean, doesn't this make you like think, oh my God, there's so many ways to invest money. This is such a great idea. I mean, I feel like getting into my car right now and maybe getting a word from the Almighty and doing something better. How about you? What do you think, Vicky?
I think, there's nothing more special to me than changing the world and making it better. And when I can meet someone like Ivan who actually is doing that, actually changing the world and changing people's lives for the better, it's so gratifying and so uplifting. Kudos to you, Ivan, for having that special shampoo that caused you to create this entire vehicle that I'm having trouble just saying what it is, but it's so special, Ivan. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, Ricky, also, and I enjoy with all of you guys, and I invite everyone to not just be a philanthropist, which is someone that improves the world but do not get the resources back, but the humanity improvement, and not just be an investor, which is someone that puts money and gets money back, but be a philanthro investor, which is someone who puts his time and money and engage emotionally to promote human welfare while earning a financial return. You see? Exactly,
and have that knowledge in your heart and your spirit that you've actually helped somebody with the money that you invested, which is a normal investment. Invest and get your ROIs and everything like that. But know that you've helped somebody and know that you've made everything better. That's just fabulous.
Exactly. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay. Thank you again, Ivan. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Vicky, thanks for co-hosting this episode with me. And folks, you're listening to the Mappable USA podcast on mappableusa.com. Go to that website, scroll down, you'll see all our syndication sources. In fact, we just added one the other day, so check that out as well. Subscribe and never miss another one of our episodes. If you want to be a guest on the show, like Ivan was today, there's a guest tab there. Fill that out. We'll see what we can do about getting you on the show. And if you like what you heard today, send us an email at info@mappableusa.com or just leave a message on whatever page you're listening to this on right now. So thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. We'll be at you next time with another Mappable USA episode. Have a great week, everyone.